Hi everybody, welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Amy. I go by Fiber Arts Amy here and on Instagram. I'm here today for a regular update, and it is jam-packed with all kinds of stuff, including some finishes. I finished stuff. I can't believe it. My lap is full. I have like stuff all around me to show you guys. I've been putting my hands on a lot of different projects lately. I'm still battling trouble with my elbow. I keep eliminating things that I find aggravate it, and then I find something new that aggravates it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go back and watch other videos. I just have like a tendonitis issue in my elbow. And unfortunately, just like life, right? I can't like not use my arm. I'm doing my best, but sometimes I need to pick things up or whatever. And anyway, there's only so much I can do, but so I'm still battling that. I've been hopping around on a lot of projects. I've been working on a lot of smalls, actually. If you've been around here a while, you guys know I really like my small, like, stitchable objects. Like, I like things that get finished into, like, boxes or pincushions or needle rolls or whatever. So there's been kind of a lot of that lately. But also full coverage, chatelaine, Teresa Winsler, Mirabilia, like all those things that I love so much. So I don't know how long this is going to take. Sometimes I surprise myself and videos are really short, or this might be an epic one. I have like so many things, and I'm sure I didn't manage to gather all of the things I've worked on since I did a regular update most recently. But I grabbed a lot of it. I grabbed as much as I could sort of manage. Yeah, so let's get started. I said that and like I don't really know where to start. I'm just gonna, I guess, start picking bags and we'll see where we are. Okay, so some of you, especially if you've been to the retreats, or I've probably mentioned it on here, you may know that for the retreats that Maggie Kitschy Whips and I do in Charlotte, I started making like pincushions for them, which I really enjoy doing. So there's always, like, for the brag table, we put out pins and tags that you can pin to your piece if it's not framed, to like label it with like who you are and who stitched it and all and what the pattern is and all that sort of thing. And I started making pincushions for the retreats to put the pins in. That explanation probably was not necessary, that the pincushion was to put the pins in. I'm such a goober. Okay, anyway, so the first year I actually did Mirabilia's Royal Holiday. I just did her from like the cowl neck like up, and turned that into a pincushion. Last year I did one of the pumpkins from, oh, what's the name of the pattern? By Autumn Lane. Current Mood. They have a pattern called Current Mood with like 4 like kind of like emoji jack-o'-lantern kind of things. One of them's, I think, a cat. Anyway, I just did one of those pumpkins. I turned that into a pink. Anyway, so I'm going to show you later. I finished the chatelaine pincushion for this summer, and I'm working on a new pincushion for the Mirabilia retreat. I don't know that I'm going to do one every single retreat, but I might. I enjoy it. So I don't have a cover photo to show you because I only have my working copy in here. But this is a Nora Corbett. This is Bella Rose. I've been working on this quite a bit. I want to get it done. I have a lot of like obligation stitching this year. Now I put it in quotes because this is a self-imposed obligation, but it's something I really want to get done. I have a lot to do, especially because of the retreats and like model stitching and stuff. So I'm trying to kind of get some of that stuff knocked out earlier, so I don't have to, it doesn't start stressing me out. So Nora has a couple of patterns. This one is with Bella Rose and Bella Hydrangea. So I should finish one sentence before I start a new sentence. Sorry, guys. Nora Corbett has 2 patterns that are each 2 women's like heads. this one is done with Bella Rose and Bella Hydrangea. And then there's another one that's Bella something and Bella something. I don't remember what they are. I'm sure they're flowers. Anyway, this one I love. It's actually charted as a full coverage. But I'm, instead of doing full coverage, I think the background's supposed to be like a blue color. I just am using a blue hand-dyed fabric. Also, I don't even know what hand-dyed fabric this is. I have no idea. It's a mystery piece, but it is clear, like it's tighter than a 32 count. Like, it was labeled as 32 count. It's a lot closer to a 36. It's really tight, but that's fine. It's turning out great. I love it. I think she's very, very pretty. There's only a few beads in it. I've been in like a huge bead mood lately. I'll talk about this more later too. But I have this huge stash of beads and treasures that doesn't get used. Like, I never use it. And I'm one of those people who, like, I have a hard time using what I have, because once I've used it, then like the opportunity to use it on something else is gone. And I was raised to like not use your special stuff. That's a whole other story. So I'm getting better at it as an adult. But it's a work in progress. Anyway, I'm thinking I might add some more beads to her. So she's supposed to have a bead as her earring and then as a necklace. And those are the only beads charted on her. But I think I'm going to find some other ways to kind of bling her up. She's pretty. I like her. She's fun to work on. I just stitch her in hand. Nice and simple. I haven't started this yet, but I hope to soon. So I'll just show you, because they're sharing a project bag. This is my like stuff for this year's Mirror Retreat project bag. We're doing a stitch along for the Mirabilia Retreat in October. So last time we did Charlotte. Last time there was a Mirabilia Retreat, we did Mirabilia's Charlotte, because the retreat is in Charlotte. Charlotte's a big one, and I know not everybody who was working on it finished it, and we have new people coming to the retreat this year. So we're just continuing the Charlotte stitch along. So if you want to participate in that, please, by all means, participate in that. We also decided to do a Nora Corbett design as a stitch along this year. So this is, I always call her the wrong thing. She's Geranium. She's one of the Pixies, the Pixie Blossoms collection. So if you want to join us, please do. She's just smaller and more manageable for people who might feel overwhelmed by starting a Mirabilia and trying to get it done for the retreat. Although you do not, if you participate in a stitch along, it does not need to be done for the retreat. You just bring your pattern if you want to bring, you can start it at the retreat. However you want to do it is fine. It's just kind of to help build some community for people who are attending. But I'm going to stitch mine on Blush, which is one of my fabrics. For those of you who are new here, I own a hand-dyed fabric company, Oak Crown Studios. This one is Blush. It's a very light pink, and it can have little pops of like a light yellow in it. You kind of see one there. God, getting fabrics to show up on camera is so hard. But it's a softly modeled pinks, and this one's opalescent. And anyway, that's what I'm going to stitch Geranium on. So I've got all my stuff in here, and that'll get started someday when I'm just like, I'm in the mood. Because that's how I roll with my stitching. Sorry for the bang. I did, in fact, just throw the project back. Okay, what else? I'm going to show my finishes now, because I think if I don't, I'm going to forget. So for the Chatelaine retreat this summer that Maggie and I are throwing, you have no idea which way's up. I guess it doesn't matter. We're doing it, we're kind of basing it on the 4 workshops, the first 4 workshops that Chatelaine has designed or had designed. So the 4 of us running the workshops, which are Maggie, Kitschy Whips, and I, Katie Tenike, who doesn't have a Flosstube but should, but you can find her on Instagram, and I'll try to link these people below, and Alma, who's the tattooed crafting owl. the four of us are each picked a workshop, and we're going to kind of be like running like a little, not a class. It's not really a class, but we'll be visiting each of the tables to kind of help people with those stitches and provide tips and answer any questions they might have. So anyway, my stitch that I'm doing is the rice stitch. And so I finished my rice stitch workshop piece and I love it. So this is actually stitched on the other half of that blush fat quarter that I'm going to use for geranium. Pinks are not my go-to typically for stitching. I'm usually more like blues and greens, but this fabric, and sometimes purples, but this piece is right tealy blues and purples, and so I wanted some good contrast, but I wanted some color and not just white. And I actually had just dyed blush, and yeah, I love it. So I feel like it sets it off perfectly. Now I did make some changes. Martina uses, this is my opinion, but of course I think I'm right. She uses a lot of gold in her designs, a lot of gold treasure braid. I'm not a huge gold person. I don't hate it. I'm more of a silver person. And so I decided to change the gold treasure braid to silver. So like everywhere you see like the silver sparkle, that's supposed to be gold. But I like it the way I did it. Did I make any other changes? I'm trying to think. I don't think I did. So there we have it. I love it. It's just so sparkly. It's so beautiful. It's got this big gem in the middle. It was a blast. It was a blast to work on. I should put my glass. I'm like looking, I can't even see it. Oh, the bicones. The bicones were really fun. I also used floss to attach all my beads and everything. Just whatever I had in the floss for the pattern that was like closest to the bead color is typically what I used. I'm glad it's done. I think it's beautiful. It feels very like wintry to me with a silver in there. I don't know. I love it. So I'm very happy to have that done. I better grab this while I see it too. That will be going to the framer here soon to get framed because I want it like nice and protected before I take it to the retreat. The other chatelaine finish I have today, admittedly, they're both very small, but the fact that I can say the other chatelaine finish is like amazing. Okay, so there's a magazine, and today's February 6th, 2025. So if you're watching this in February, you can do this if you want. There's a magazine called The Gift of Stitching, and you can download I think it's like 72 issues for $30. But they're shutting their store down, they said, at the end of February. So you can only do that for the next few weeks. That's less than $1 a magazine. I did that real fast when I found out about it. I'll try to link it below too. And I think I've mentioned that my last 2 videos were weird, or my last 3 videos, because I focused on chatelaines and kits in my most recent videos. So I'm not like sure what I've mentioned. And I know some of you may have just skipped those videos. Even if you like watching my normal updates, some of you may have just not wanted to watch those videos, which is totally fair. Anyway, there's 2 chatelaines in The Gift of Stitching in those issues. I've started one of them, which I'll show you in a bit. The other one I finished, and this is going to be my pin cushion for our chatelaine retreat this summer. And this I made tons of changes to. So I didn't want to go buy new materials. I definitely am kind of in a like use what I have sort of mode at the moment, at least to a certain extent. I'm not like on a hardcore no buy, but I'm in a like more, okay, well, hold on a minute. Like, can I use what I have for this instead of getting something new? So I did make some changes. This called for, I think, a Silken Colors, And instead I grabbed I'm going to have to use my glasses so I can see what I'm pointing at. I used a water lily that I had. So these, oh my goodness, the name is escaping me. Which one is it? The road stitches, right? Yeah, road stitches in there are done with a water lily that I picked that kind of changes between like greens and pinks. So this is a hand dyed by Rolanda fabric. I love hand dyed by Rolanda. This is an Alma. I was just telling people this last night. So Alma is cotton fabric, but it's spun and woven to look like linen. So they purposefully put in slubs. I like slubs. I know not everyone does. I love the texture and like the handmade nature it adds to a piece. I enjoy them. So I love Alma, and I love hand dyed by Rolanda fabrics. So this one was greens and pinks, and I thought would be perfect. I think the name of this pattern was like Lavender Garden. So again, I was thinking when I started this, I was thinking very much about all of the beads that I have a huge bead stash. I have a whole bunch of delicas that I bought just because they were pretty, like back during the pandemic. I definitely overspent during the pandemic. Just as many of us did, like self-soothing, and it was like the world's ending. Who cares? Buy some beads. I bought a lot of beads and bicones, and so I decided to use a bunch of them on this piece. So these bicones are absolutely not called for. I decided to add those. It was supposed to be all these Algerian eyelets all the way around, and the Algerian eyelets were supposed to be done in like a brownish color. I chose not to do that, and I did some Algerian eyelets, and then I alternated these like lavender and pink bicones all the way around because I have them. And so what good is it doing to just have them sitting in a box not being used, right? They should be out and enjoyed. I also was going to use that same, I was planning on using that same water lily for the petals on the flower, which is what's called for, but it blended too much with my fabric. It didn't pop enough, and I had some, I think it was cornflower. I have a phone call coming in. Sorry about that. I had a cornflower blue, actually from the Rice Stitch Workshop, handy, so I used that. I love lavender, and I decided to try to really lean into those like bluey purple shades. So I added, some of this was supposed to be gold petite treasure braid. I decided not to use that, and instead used beads in a lot of the places where that treasure braid was supposed to be. This stuff in the corners was supposed to be gold treasure braid. I actually used, I wish I had it with me, but I already put it away. I don't remember what it's called. I used a Rainbow Gallery product that's like a really thin ribbon, like a sparkly ribbon. And honestly, I hated it. It just, this I don't think was the right application for it. It's too wide to do what I was trying to do with it, unlike this count fabric. I think these cross stitches would have been fine if I'd just done half crosses. And these Algerian eyelets, I did modify. I'm getting annoying texts. Sorry. I did modify so there's not actually as many like steps or strands to it. But that's okay. It's fine. I like how it looks. I would not use that kind of ribbon. Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up and put it down below. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, thread. Like I said, I just don't think it was right for this application. It was just so annoying to use. These gates were charted with black DMC, one strand of black DMC. I had like a dark silvery gray Krynic and decided to do the gates in that instead. And I love how they turned out. I'm not usually like a huge sparkle person, but I was like, what else can I add to make it shiny? for this. I like the different purple beads I use. Some of these are Mill Hills, some of them are Delicas. I did make mistakes and I didn't go back to fix it. One of my leaves is like in the wrong place there. That's fine. I didn't go back. I love it. I love how it turned out. So I need to figure out exactly how I want to finish it into a pincushion. I have this fat quarter that I think I'm going to use on the back, but I think I want to do something to kind of set off those like lavender blue shades on the front. So yeah. One thing I do have to say, like following Martina's patterns is like a skill that you definitely get better at. So it's a black and white pattern, and there's different types of black lines to follow for the back stitch. But like, so one color of back stitch is a solid black line. Another color of back stitch is a like dot and dash line. And then another color of back stitch is a different like pattern of like dot and dash line. But because of where the back stitching is, it was hard. Like you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell what color was what. You couldn't tell if there was a gap. It was like, okay, is that a gap because this is like a dashed line, or is this a gap because there's not supposed to be a stitch there? And, you know, she's drawing segments, like short segments of back stitching. So it's not like a continuous pattern that you can follow to figure out which type of back stitching you're supposed to be doing in a particular area. So I did a lot of, this didn't come with like a stitched model picture, but it did have a color mock-up that was part of the magazine. And I used that. I really had to use that to figure out what was supposed to be going where. It was confusing. And I know a lot of people find Martina's patterns overwhelming or confusing. But it's doable. I guess I'm trying to be encouraging, and sorry, I bumped you. I'm trying to be encouraging, but I feel like I'm not sounding very encouraging. You can figure it out, but it can take some time. So if you're working on one of her patterns and you're like, I don't know what's happening, it's not you. It's not like you're not going through anything that we don't all go through when trying to figure out her patterns. And it's okay. And also the Chatelaine support group or myself, Maggie, anybody who's worked on them, we're all very friendly, I have found. And please reach out for help if you just feel like you cannot come to a conclusion or figure things out. But I find often it comes down to, okay, well, what color do you want to use there? And use it, and it's going to look beautiful. And whether or not it's what Martina originally intended is fine. You're going to be fine. Okay. Well, I'll show one more Chatelaine thing. I was going to say we're going to be off Chatelaine, but we're not. Maggie and I are hosting a water garden sale. It's a particular Chatelaine pattern. The goal is to finish it in 2025. I completed part 1, so we're breaking the pattern into 12 parts over the course of the year. I finished part 1 on time. Part 2 I am working on, and I've just put this on scroll rods because it was time. It was time for scroll rods. So this is where I am right now. Also, so like this stuff up here is not part of part 2. I just like jumping around. So all of the blue in the middle, like the blues and purples, that was all part 1. And then moving out with like the golds and browns and greens, that's part of part 2. I was having trouble with my Q-snap, and it wasn't fitting in there great anymore, so I decided to move to the scroll rods. So these are I have a bunch of these Omonic frames. This is one of those which aren't available anymore. Well, you might be able to find some on the internet or on the secondary market, but Omonic has stopped producing them. I love Omonic frames. Most of my Omonic frames are older frames that are constructed the sidebar. Well, they're constructed a little bit differently. This is a new one. And here's my question for any of you who have these. This wiggles back and forth. This is the newer kind that has these on the ends. And I'm not thrilled with that wiggliness. And so for any of you who have these, I'm curious, how do you stop that? Do you stop that? Yeah. Anyway, Water Garden has been a blast to stitch, and most people who are stitching it, I hear them say frequently, like, oh my god, this is so fun. Like, it's a really, really fun chatelaine. It's a relatively easy chatelaine, and it's not too late to join us. If you want to join us, please, by all means, jump in. It's really, really enjoyable. You don't have to get it done by the end of the year. That's just kind of, you know, for those of us who want a goal to try to accomplish, that's what we've chosen. It's definitely doable. It's a mandala, but it's not a huge mandala. It's not a very expensive one. It has some specialty stitches, but not a ton. It's mostly cross stitch. So please feel free to jump in and join us. And I'll link below the chatelaine website where you can buy the pattern. And I'll also link a European cross stitch where you can, if you want to, you can order kits through European cross stitch. But I've also put up videos just about the Water Garden style, so I'm not going to rehash all of that here. I'm going to show you a few full coverage things, one of which is kind of sad, but that's okay. None of them have much progress. I don't know if I've shown you guys this before. I don't think I've shown you my start on this. My apologies if I have. Maybe I have. So this is, I love Golden Kite full coverages. I know some people are doing full coverage February. I'm not particularly, because I just kind of do whatever I want. But my full coverage juices have been flowing pretty high lately. So these are definitely on my mind. This is called the Feast Day, and I love it. I love it. I love the colors, the flowers, the man and the woman, the cat. It's so beautiful. I love this piece. It's also huge. It doesn't say on the cover page how big it is. It's a Golden Kite. I really like Golden Kites. So I'm stitching on a 28 count linen 2/1 half stitch, which is how I do most of my full coverages are in either 25 or 28 count 2/1 half stitch. That's how I like to do it. So I've just started. Nope, I'm showing it to you sideways. Not that it matters. I mean, look at it. It's barely a start. Barely a start. And this is a huge piece of fabric. This one is huge. There's my start. It's not much. I think it's one strand, basically. So Golden Kites, yeah, it's just one strand that I finished. Golden Kites, some of them you can get a non-blended version, but most of them have blends. So you need to use 2 strands or do the thing where you do the lower, if you're doing full cross, you would do the lower part of the X one color and the top part of the X the other color. I'm not doing that. Just doing 2/1. And I like doing full coverages. I don't think I'd like doing a full coverage so much if it was, oh, sorry for the noise. If it was, if I had to do full cross. It just cuts the stitching time in half, right? I don't know if I have it in me to do full cross. This other one I'm going to show you on my, don't do that, my tablet. This is Sun Moon, and it's barely a start, but I've desperately been wanting to start this. Again, barely a start. This is on, so I use Monaco a lot for full coverages. If the piece will fit on one of those tubes of craft store Monaco, I will absolutely use that. I like Monaco. It's a relatively firm, like stiff hand to it. And I feel like it supports the stitches really well. It holds its shape really well. I definitely prefer it to Lugana. I don't really like stitching on plastic anyway. Because Lugana is, words. Oh my goodness. Lugana has synthetics in it that I just don't like the feel of it. And it's like a lot floppier. Monaco's just, it's stiffer. I like it. I don't normally stitch with my stuff rolled from the bottom, but this was like rolled that way with like the craft store situation. And for some reason I've tried stitching like this before and found it uncomfortable in my hand. But this time I was finding it okay. So anyway, I'm just rolling with it. We'll see what happens. So it's barely a start. Haven't even finished. No, actually I did finish one strand, I think. And I'm putting in a second color. Yeah, I'm definitely started a second strand. But I'm really enjoying it. I don't know why I like this piece so much, because it's not as colorful. Like I usually go for things that are more colorful. But I don't know. Those sunflowers, those two women, like I want to know what they're talking about. I'm curious about them. It just makes me I don't know. It gives me good feels, like nice, relaxed, calm summer day kind of feels. So anyway, there's that one. Oh, I was gonna show you another cover picture. So I have some frogging to do on a full coverage, and it's not that big of a deal. But I'm annoyed, which I'm sure you can all understand, right? Frogging is annoying under any circumstances. So I have this piece from Golden Kite. It's just Pooh Bear. This is my travel full coverage. I keep it in this bag. It's easy to travel with. Well, I had a situation where I was stitching on it several weeks ago without without the right strength readers, because I need different readers for different things, and sometimes on different days. Well, I messed up, and basically on some rows I stitched like 10 too many stitches. It's ridiculous. And I had this with me yesterday at an appointment, and I realized I had messed up. So I need to frog it. This is the top left corner. These stitches over here are too far out. I basically just need to frog the end of these two rows. It's not that big of a deal. I think I can snip them and actually just pull the tails to the back, and they'll get like latched over later. I just need to do it. So this is going to stay out so I can do that. Because the longer it sits, the less likely it is I'm going to like get back to it. Also, I ordered some more readers, like just cheap readers, off Amazon, so that I can keep the right kind of pair in this bag and not have that situation again. And I'm keeping that handy because sorry, I keep kicking you guys. I think that's what I'm going to do like next. Like when I'm done filming here, I'll, oh shoot. Okay, well, some of the things I wanted to show you, I'm not going to show you because it just fell. I'm doing my best. You know what? Here's what we're going to mix things in. This is not going to be well themed or broken up Flosstube, because then I can toss these things back and not worry about it. I did so many starts, guys. I wonder if one of those starts is what fell. We'll find out. It might be. I started the Shores of Hawkrun Hollow. So I participate in a Hawk Run Hollow Zoom. I think we have it this week. That Pam from Stitch in the Land of Good Enough hosts. I love the Hawk Run Hollow series, and I have Farms of Hawk Run Hollow going. I have Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow that I'm going to restart. I barely started it, and I decided for Hawk Run Hollows, I really like stitching them with one strand using the sewing method on 36 count. 32 count would be okay, but 36 count optimally. So last time we were doing the Hawk Run Hollow Zoom, I just wasn't in the mood to do farms. I was certainly not in the mood to dig out Halloween and find fabric and restart it. But I've been really itching to start Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. So I started it. And I think I had made, I don't know, I had to make fabric decisions. I'm trying not to show you the chart. Sorry for the crinkles. I am stitching it on a standard fabric, and I have the Victoria Clayton Silks, her conversion for it. I have a 36 count. I'm not gonna guess because I'll get it wrong. It's a Zweigert fabric, and I barely got it started because this was like one evening of stitching. And I totally did. I think I dropped the other one. So on the same evening, which way's up? In the same evening, I actually started this, and I started Map of Hawk Run Hollow. So there's my little start. There's not much, but that's okay. I don't know, that was probably like a half hour of stitching or something, or an hour of stitching while chatting. So that was a new start. And then, like I said, I also started Map of Hawk Run Hollow. Wait, maybe it's in here. I don't know, I was just like in a weird mood that night. So this is a 36 count Be Stitch Me fabric, I believe. And I'm trying to remember the name of it is. But I think I lost the tag. Let me just look and see. Oh, yeah. No, it's not Be Stitch Me. It's hand dyed by Rolanda, called Rubbed Sage. And it's beautiful. So this is the one that I actually started first that evening. I don't have a cover page for Map of Hawk Run Hollow, I don't think. My apologies. But I started it, many of you I'm sure know what it looks like. I started it, and then I actually started it with this blue color and hated it. So the cover picture, here, I am going to Google it so I can show you. So the cover picture for Map of Hawk Run Hollow showed a more vibrant blue, I felt like. And I know cover pictures aren't great. But it looked a lot more, it just looked a lot more vibrant to me. Let me get to a good image. Okay. So I know my fabric's darker than the called for, but that just looked a lot prettier blue than what the called for MPI, I have the MPIs, actually looked like. There's some stitches there, which looked very gray. So I decided to set this aside because there's a lot of blue in this piece. I I decided to set it aside and order some more blue NPIs from a different blue from Pam's store. And I was also missing another NPI, but I ordered this really, it's kind of a brighter blue. And it's beautiful. It's actually a blue that's in Water Garden. So this is the called for, which is actually showing a lot more blue, honestly, on my camera than it does in real life. And I'm going to replace it with that and see how it goes. I think I'm going to like it a lot better. So I started this and then got stymied with the threads, and so that's why I started Shores of Hawk Run Hollow right after. Okay, what's next? I just have bags in front of me. Oh, this I don't need to show you. I just need to toss it over there. That's a chatelaine that I'm kitting up. I'm going to start Pompeii soon, I think. I don't remember if I had started this yet the last time I filmed a video. I feel like I didn't. So I started this kit, Highland Majesty, for my husband. He's obsessed with Highland cows. Probably a quarter of the videos he sends me on Instagram are just Highland cows. So I got that started. I haven't worked on it now in a couple of weeks. But it's not very big. And it's pretty easy stitching. So, I don't know. No plans. It'd be great to get it done sooner rather than later, but who knows? Freya is laying right next to me, and she's groaning. I think maybe I'm disturbing her. All right, I'm going to sprinkle in some haul so I can get this stuff off my lap. I got this off this Dimensions kit off the secondary market. It's an older kit. Yeah, I get to sort the floss. I love sorting floss. I know I've seen so many people, even in the last couple of weeks, be like, oh, I don't want to sort the floss. I love sorting floss. I love her. I love this geisha so much. I love these cherry blossom branches. I somehow felt like I'd never seen this one. And once I did see it, I was like, oh, I need that. That is stunning. I love her. I love the bird. I love the kimono. I think she's beautiful. No imminent plans to start her. She went on an adventure. She was one, like I said, I ordered it off the secondary market. And like 2 weeks after I'd ordered it, it still said like improperly scanned in or improperly dropped off at post office. You know, check back later for an update. And so like I had no idea what was going to happen. But then after, you know, a couple of weeks, all of a sudden it was, you know, in the system and it was moving and it got to me, which made me very happy. A couple other hauls. Okay, most of you probably don't know, I love the rain. I love rain so much. Now, it can be too much if it's like every day for weeks on end. But I'm good with a lot of rain. I love rainy days. So I saw this Riolis kit, and this is one that has anchor floss. I don't love their I think it's Riolis that does it. I don't love their wool acrylic floss because it's the acrylic content. I love wool floss. When you add the acrylic in, I can feel the squeakiness, and I hate it. It's not about how it looks or how it stitches. It's about the feel of the plastic in my hand, like the tactilely. Is that a word? I really hate it. I understand why some people love it. I can't stand it. So this has their anchor thread, and it's a rainy day. What's it called though? It's called Rainy Summer. And it's beautiful. I love it. It's like, it's got flowers and it's kind of colorful. All those blues and greens, the people with the umbrellas. It's obvious, they somehow managed to I don't know why it's blowing my mind that in cross stitch you can depict that it's a rainy day, but it is. I think it's amazing. So no imminent plans to start it, but I'm really happy to have that in my collection. Some of you, if you've watched my other videos, you may know one of the pieces I've worked on recently and am starting or are going to focus on some this year is a Realist Premium collection. And so it's a woman in blue. It's like a fancy lady in a blue dress. And I'm loving that kit so much that it set me off searching like, wait, what's this Realist Premium? Let me go see what other Realist Premium kits are out there. And there's some fantastic ones. But this one I did go ahead and order. It's called A Secret Romance. Again, no plans necessarily to start it imminently, but you know me. I might start it 20 minutes after I turn the camera off. I love it. She's in the background. I love the garden element. And there's also, I'm going to open so I can show you. They come in these boxes. There's ribbon embroidery in this. It comes with the ribbons. Isn't that cool? And there's obviously a lot of brown in this. But there's other colors too. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a blast to stitch, and I like trying new things, so having the ribbon element makes me happy. I can tell, so like the red ribbon is right there, and there's these flowers here are done with pink ribbon. I don't know that I know where all the ribbons are. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, these flowers here use 2 different ribbons to make those. Oh, that is very cool. I love this. It's so beautiful. It's like a hotel I'd like to go stay at. So again, no imminent plans. There's another kit, and I feel bad. I'll try to show it next time, that fell, and I'm not gonna like pause and disassemble to go get it. But there's another kit that somebody actually gifted me, which was very kind of them. And I apologize if you hear the beeping. My dishwasher was running. So my Mirabilia focus has been Garden Beauty. So Lisa, Cross by Floss, and I try to stitch most weeks when we can on Garden Beauty. We've been stitching this together for a while now. But I'm getting close. I feel like I've made a ton of progress on her lately. And I think if I remember correctly, I think I forgot to show you guys last time. She's, other than a little bit of back stitch for her face and stuff, and one of her arms, she's basically all done, other than beads. She's all done other than beads, like down to here. Other than beads and some back stitching. So I'm very happy. Now there's a lot still going on at the bottom. A lot. There's a lot of flowers. There's still a lot of, and like there's all this like ribbon work and scroll work stuff on the sides. There's still a lot that needs to go in, but I'm at that point where it feels like things really start like picking up and going a lot faster. I'm feeling like I'm kicking butt in each stitching session and getting a lot done. We're going to be stitching together again tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is an old silk weaver fabric. I still have quite a bit of silk weaver left over in my stash. Crowd favorite is Princess and the Dragon. Still plugging along, although slowly. So in the last 3 weeks, I think 2 of those weeks I was just out for being sick. Kids were sick, husband was sick. I was taking care of everything, right? Because like when your spouse is down, then you're single parenting. And normally in my household, my husband does a ton. Like a ton. He makes dinner 2-3 nights a week. He does the dishes. I can ask him to do pretty much anything and he'll do it. He helps pick up the kids from school. He drives kids to, not all of them, but he drives 2 of them to school. Some days he drives all 3 of them to school. So like he's a huge help. So when he's sick and he was like floored for like a week. When he is out of commission, it really impacts me and takes away a lot of my time. So she has not gotten as much attention as I wish she had here recently. But here's where we are. And hopefully next week I'll be able to jump back into her a bit more. Just, I work on her when my kids are at school, but if those days are taken up with doctor's appointments and things like that, like this week has been. And I've been trying to catch up on some work because I didn't get to work a lot last week because I was in bed all week. But anyway, I'm thrilled with her. I'm thrilled with how she's coming. Most recently, I've been working on like grass and more down in her dress and down in here. And a little bit up there, trying to fill things in. I've been lately feeling like I'm in the mood to go back to the border and try to maybe knock that out or make a lot more progress on it. So I think the next time I pick it up, it's going to be border stitching. The border stitching on this is so tedious. It's just so many shades of green that I can't even distinguish one shade from the other necessarily while I'm stitching with it. So there's that. Another piece of haul, and this is the fault of Sarah, Lady Lugana. And I didn't even know that she knows that I did this, but it's still her fault. So she ordered this, and I ended up deciding to go ahead and do it. So this is an exclusive from Hobby House Needleworks by Hands Across the Sea. Now, I say exclusive. I don't know what the rules are on this one because it seems like typically exclusives are only exclusive for like 6 months or a year. So I don't know. I don't know if this is a forever exclusive or a temporarily exclusive. I have been very curious about trying the 100.3 silks, the 103 silks for a while. So 103s are also basically what I do. A different company's 100 count silk is what I use for applique most often. I needle turn applique when I'm quilting. So I'm very familiar using it as a thread. I've been very curious about using it as a floss. Also feeling less bad about investing in them, knowing that whatever leftovers I may have, I will use for applique. Like I feel, I'm not worried about being like wasteful, as much with it because I know it'll get used. So Sarah was showing me this, I think when we were hanging out and chatting, and mentioned it, and I went and Googled and I fell in love. Now I'm not much of a sampler person. I'm very picky about my samplers. I really wish people would stop calling me while I'm filming. Sorry about my finger going up there. This I saw and was just like blown away. I absolutely love it. I love the bird in the middle. These sorts of samplers are definitely what I prefer to the samplers that are more like, I don't know what words to use, right? So some samplers are very more like primitive, more like pixelated imagery of like a basket of flowers, whereas this is like a basket of flowers I could see Nora designing. Like it looks like an actual basket of flowers, not like I don't know what the words are to use because I'm not an artist at all. But I think you guys I'm if you're a stitcher and you're here, I think you know what I mean. These look more like what I would find in a Mirabilia. The bird is beautiful. Those flowers are stunning. Now, and I'm not trying to, the other kind of sampler, I have some of those on the go too, and I can enjoy as well. But I've been wanting to do a sampler more like this, and I've been wanting to try the 103s. And anyway, Sarah turned me on to this, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I went ahead and ordered them. They did take a really long time to arrive, I have to say. I don't know exactly. I mean, I ordered them directly from Hobby House. In their listing, they didn't say that there was, like, up that it was like a pre-order or there was a release date coming up or anything. But it took a really long time. And then I had to, like, weeks. And then I messaged them, or I emailed them back after a couple weeks to just ask, right? Like, hey, if they knew when my order was likely to ship. And then I got a shipping notice, but that didn't actually ship again for quite a while. So I don't know, and I don't, like, it's exclusive, but I don't know if it's, like, limited and exclusive. I don't know if they had to wait for more to come in. I don't know. I'm not in the know. But if you want it, you know, and you don't want to wait, I would go ahead and get it. It's beautiful. I'm very excited about that. So that was also haul. I might be done with haul now. Nah, I'm sort of done with haul. Okay. Chatelaine. So I filmed that chatelaine video just recently. I think it was the most recent video I put up. And it just got me really chatelaine mood. And I started doing more like pairing up fabric with some of the charts that I have. And I did some more work on, let me pull up a picture for you because I do not have the cover picture. I started working on the Oriental Hammam Garden, which is also sometimes called Harem Garden. And I don't know if, like, one of them is more correct. Freya, stop it. You need to give me a minute. So this is what it's supposed to look like. So this is what I'm calling my travel chatelaine. This one is huge. Freya, stop it. I am stitching it all in DMCs, and so I've converted it, and I want to be able to wash it when I'm done with it, basically, because I'm going to be dragging it all over the place. I also bought a selection of the, like, color variations DMCs to pull for variegated threads. So I'm making lots of changes, and Freya, you are fine. Come on. I'm making lots of changes, and so it will look at least a little bit different from, like, the mock-up. But I actually put a ton of work in on this. I don't know. I just really got in the mood. It's very bright and, like, cheerful and colorful. And so anyway, this got quite a bit of attention. Ignore my drama child dog acting like she's being neglected. Another chatelaine that I worked on is I was talking about the magazine earlier that I got that little pincushion design from, and then I also am working on Freya. No. Come up here. Come up here. I don't want to have to edit this video. And she's fine. This is the Rose Garden that's in issue 44 of that magazine. And I've just gotten it started. I'm on my second strand of floss. I'm doing it on opalescent. This is kind of a mystery fabric. I should say that it's not. I think this is also a hand dyed by Rolanda. But I think this one might be a Lugana. Even though it's not my favorite, if it's like for a hand-dyed fabric that's this beautiful, I'll totally do it. I've been feeling opalescent lately, so this is an opalescent Lugana, and it's beautiful, and I love it. I also have in here, ready to start, the supplies for the scarab tile. I want to get that started soon. And I'd love to do some more work on my Egypt mandala garden, which is sitting right behind this chair and never seems to get enough love. Freya, you're going to have to wait. Come here. Good girl. Now lay down. Lay down. You're fine. I will take you. 1 minute. 1 minute. It's going to be more than a minute, but she can't tell time. So I've also done some small things. I have some more bigger things too to show you. I'm doing things in the order in which they're like closest at hand. So this is, I'll try to remember to link the shop below, but this is one of the, I've done these wooden boxes before. I really enjoy them. So this comes as a kit. The lid is magnetic. It comes as a kit and has a little pattern in there to stitch the flowers. Now I did change, so I changed the blue color because this is supposed to be like a brown around the edge, and I didn't want to do brown. I wanted to do a pretty blue shade. So I changed the brown to a blue. And so you just do the stitching. It comes with the Aida and the floss and everything. And then it comes with the materials to like finish it into the lid, which is in several parts. And then it's all done. So that was just a quick little stitch, but I enjoyed doing. And then I also ordered some things from Sajou in Paris, including some of these little boxes. So they're just like little tins, and it comes with like a paper that you wrap around the box, and it comes with like a pattern and the materials to do the stitching. This is parsley. They have like an herb. There's like different series, and they have like an herb series, and I think this one was parsley. It was actually a very complicated stitch because there's just so many half stitches. I don't find their charts necessarily, I'm out of focus, easy to follow because they're color charts only, and I can't always tell the colors apart. This one wasn't too bad, but I enjoyed doing it. Again, it was like a quick, simple little stitch. It was easy on my elbow because I wasn't holding a big piece of fabric. This is another one I'm doing. Okay, this does not have like a cover photo, so I can't show you. But this is another one that I'm in the middle of doing, and I've got the box. Sorry about the strand. I got the box to finish it in, and this just sits here on the arm of my chair, and if I just have a few minutes and I don't really feel up to like digging something else out, I can start that. But I'm going to show you what I mean. So here's the key. This one I'm really having trouble with because these two shades right here, the two darker shades of pink, there's a lot of those scattered in between each other on the chart, and I can't always distinguish them from each other. Like they're too similar when you've got them mixed in. So that's kind of annoying. But otherwise I'm enjoying it. The other thing I ordered from Sajou was this little kit to do some like little pincushions. It's like a kit to do. There's a pincushion, another box, a needle book, Freya laid down, like a scissor case. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do with it. So this kit came, and I'll try to link this below too. This kit came with a linen for each of the items. There's 3 different colors for each of the little smalls. This is felt. It came with, there's a lot of specialty stitches in these little pincushions. It came with this, which is, this is a rayon, this is a thick thread. It's non-divisible, but I love the color. And then look at how cute this is. This is adorable. This is a variegated, it's a non-divisible cotton thread. And it's stinking adorable. And I just want to have like a display wall with these because they're so cute. Anyway, so that's on my list to get to once I'm done with this box. Okay. What really got me in trouble this past month with the spending that I did do, Freya baby, I'm almost done. is I started watching videos of of European stitchers, and like Luda especially, she has some videos where she's shopping because she like travels all over Europe and stuff. She has some older videos of her in LNSs. And so I was seeing these things you can get in like other countries and falling in love. And so I did a little bit of like ordering from overseas. So this is one of the things that I ordered. It's from Le Bonheur des Dames, maybe is how you pronounce it. I love stitchable items for smalls. So this is just a little bag, and I've only barely gotten it started, but this is interesting. I haven't done it this way before. So this flap is not attached at the bottom. So normally when I'm stitching a bag, I open it up, I put it upside down, open the zipper so I can put my hand inside, and I just turn the pattern upside down and I stitch upside down. This one, you don't have to do that because the flap is loose like this, and you can tack it down at the end if you want to. But it was a full kit, came with everything, including the, oh, well, it would help if I didn't drop. It has the scissor charm that I just dropped on the floor. It's got a tassel. It's got the measuring tape ribbon. I'll have to remember to pick that up. Floss and chart. And I mean, it wasn't terribly expensive. It's just like a little kit. But I'm enjoying doing that. I have so much stuff here. I stuck to my goal of focusing on a kit each month. So for January, Flower Crown Bear was the kit that I really wanted to focus on. Oh, I'm gonna have another avalanche. 1 minute. I'm very happy. This had almost nothing done when I started the year. I'm very happy with where I got with this. I mean, it's not tons, but I worked on a lot of other stuff too. And I haven't been stitching a ton because of my elbow. So all things considered, I'm pretty happy with this. Those are the outside edges here. I love the aqua blues. They're so pretty. I got his little face started. Yeah, I'm happy. I got some real progress on him. And this month, oh, that's one of the things that fell. No, it's not. I'll get to show you here in a sec. One that I'm focusing on for February. My pile's getting smaller. This is Dimensions. This is, oh, what's it called? Where's the name? Magic in Motion. This is one of my oldest whips. And this is what, I actually really want to get this done. This is my kit assignment for February. Like, wait, what month are we in? This is my kit assignment for this month. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if I can get this done, or at least get it much closer to done, and hopefully finish it up this year, because it doesn't, if you've been here, you know, it doesn't really bother me to have 20-year-old whips, until it does. And this one is just like, it's just bothering me now. Like, I want it done. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to UFO it, but I want it off my whip list. Another stitchable item that I'm stitching. This, I love Shepherd's Bush a lot. This is the Busy Bee stitching tray. I do have the tray to put it into when I'm done. Usually I don't wait to buy, like, if there's a finishing item required, I don't usually wait to buy it, because it might not be there when I want it. So if I buy like the kit for something, I will usually go ahead and buy the finishing item as well. So I have it. So this is where I am. I don't know, I'm at least halfway done. There's a lot of grass down there, but it's going really fast. Stitching it with one strand over two. So I'm using the sewing method. It's going really fast. Again, I love Shepherd's Bush. So that should be done before too long. I've been putting little bits of work in on it pretty consistently here and there. This is also in the stack. When I did that order from Le Bonheur des Dames, I also ordered this. I know Saluda did a video where like in the background you could see they have like a bunch of these ladies in the kimonos, I think. And this is the one that I picked. You could see a bunch of them and you could see that bag. And like I specifically was like, oh, those items are what I want. So I didn't just go to this shop's website like to browse. There was like specific things from Luda's video that I wanted to get. My throat's getting really dry. And I'm running out of water. Okay. I also finished several of those Shepherd's Bush bags that I like doing. Again, if you've been here before, you know, you've seen me do these before. So they started coming out with this grouping of like these mini bags. Have I shown this one before? I did this one a while back. This one, I don't know if I've shown it before, but it's sitting right here. I'm keeping English paper pieced for a quilt that I'm working on. When I get the pieces glued to the papers, I've been keeping them in here just to kind of keep them neat and together. I had been tucking them into a pocket of a project bag that I use for sewing and quilting, but I was getting too many pieces. They weren't fitting in the pocket anymore. So one of these bags is coming in handy. So they have bigger bags that have designs you can stitch onto them, but then they started coming out with these smaller bags. So I've been knocking out some of these. So they are supposed to have buttons. I find the buttons a little annoying, and it might be my fault. The buttons are adorable, but I seem to stink at attaching them. They always end up loosening up. And then they can also catch on things if you're like putting your project bags in and out. So depending on the buttons, and they cost more money. Sometimes I just decide not to do the buttons. So this was one where I decided not to do the buttons. So for this, there's spider body is supposed to be a button. I just stitched in a spider body. I just like improvised a spider body instead. And I think it looks fine. And I like it. It's cute. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I have a bag of bags, like project bags and things that it's just ready, right, when I need it. This is another one I decided not to put the buttons on. I also messed up. I have an extra stitch there. It's going to stay. I don't care. It's just like I make mistakes when I'm quilting too, right? So I have one quilt block that's a little wonky. So I got that one done. And then this is full because I have a quilting project in it. They have a flag bag, and I have it right here. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here's the chart for flag. Some days I felt like I could do this, and other days I was like, I just can't. I can't go all in on the Americana. I just okay, so this was definitely I decided to make changes to it. When I finally sat down to actually do it, I was like, yeah, I can't do that whole red, white, and blue thing. So I used the stash, because I have quite a few now of these number 5 pearl cottons. I made changes, and this is what I came up with. So I have a pride flag. This is the colors of the bi flag. And then just like pretty colors. I changed these into sunflowers, which are my husband's favorite color. I just did like pretty, this was like a variegated pearl cotton that I had, and then just a color that I love. I used some of the buttons from the pack, but not all of them. I love how it turned out. I love it. And now it's my like flag bag of inclusivity and love and empathy and understanding and kindness. Yeah. And just to be clear, I'm going to end up getting trashed in the comments. I'm not trying to like start a whole political thing, but my problem with the bad icky feelings I get associated with the American flag and the red, white, and blue is not because I hate America. It's because of what some people, the meaning that some people attach to the American flag. Only some people, but I also wouldn't want somebody to see me with that and think that I was one of those people or a hateful person. So anyway, I'm much more comfortable with this and much happier with how it turned out. It makes me feel good now. And I'm really excited about it because I actually have a quilting project in here that's actually very like red, white, and blue, but this is the kind of red, white, and blue I like, where they're kind of softer blues and like pinky reds. I'm very excited about it. It's a countryside collection. For those of you who are quilters or sewers, it's a countryside collection from Riley Blake. I absolutely love it. And I'm making will be making this Sue Daly quilt with it. So I'm very excited about that. There was something else I was going to say about it. Brain dead. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So also the giveaway. So I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but the person who won the giveaway for the fairy kit that I'm giving away, she has been contacted. She has given me her address. If you're watching, I know I haven't mailed it yet. I'm planning on doing a bunch of shipping, hopefully this weekend, and that's when it's going to go out. 1 hour and 16 minutes. That's not too bad. So the giveaway, thank you guys, everybody for playing, everybody who, commented for the giveaway. That was super fun. And I think this is this is the second time, maybe, that somebody's actually responded to claim their giveaway. So I think I will definitely do another giveaway in the future, maybe even next video. I got really discouraged with giveaways at one point because like the winners never contacted me for several, like 4 or 5 giveaways in a row. So anyway, the giveaway will, that package will be out in the mail here, hopefully in the next few days. And I guess check back my next video. I'll probably do a giveaway there. That was a lot to go through. I have some other things I could do, but this is at 1 hour and 17 minutes and my dog is impatient. So I think I'm gonna wait. So one thing I was thinking about doing, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. I was thinking about doing a full coverage video. I have a lot of full coverage projects, that are either started or kitted up, and then some other patterns as well. I don't have a ton of progress on any of them. The one that I'm furthest along on is only like 11 or 12% done, I think. I have a lot that are like less than 1% complete. Or like hovering around like 1-2% complete. So I just haven't been doing them for that long. And I don't focus on them as much as some people do. But I was thinking about doing a video showing you guys the charts that I do have and just going through my full coverage. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that, even though I don't have a lot of like completed work for you guys to see. Some of you might be really interested. So let me know what you think about that idea. I think that's it. I think. I'm going to be stitching. I got to keep up with the water garden sale. I have some stuff to do for the retreats. And then I'm going to work on my wizard this month. And then just stitch on whatever I'm in the mood for, which lately has been like big and complex stuff. So chatelaines, full coverage, my Mirabilia, of course. And I've got like 100 other Mirabilias. Little like whips in the wings for when that mood strikes as well. And my Therese Wensler. Oh my gosh, I have so much to do. Shop update. Do I have any shop update news to share? Oh, I do. So Oak Crown Studios is now on the Fabric Viewer website. I'll try to remember to link that below. It's a long process to get my fabrics uploaded. And I'm not even doing it. My son's doing it. I feel like at this point I've like forced my oldest child to be my like IT guy. He's uploading all the pictures for me. So, we're doing our best. But a lot of them are already there. So if you're interested, you can now see Oak Crown fabrics on the Pattern and Fabric Viewer, which is really exciting. What else? I have a lot of new colors I still need to upload to the website. But I mean, I guess there's not that much to say. Business is going great. I'm enjoying myself. Cranking out orders as fast as I can. I am really excited because, sorry, more text messages. I'm really excited because, so Dovo, some of you might know they're a fantastic scissor manufacturer. I have a pair of Dovos my husband bought me 20 years ago. They are my all-time favorite scissors. I won't take them out of the house. They stay next to my side of the bed, so they're always there when I want them. I love them so much. Dovo stopped manufacturing them a couple of years ago. They have apparently restarted manufacturing, and I was able to get some. So once I actually have them in my hands, I will be putting those up on the website. They're not cheap, but they're so good. I love them so much. So anyway, you can look for those if you're interested. And I think that's it. I hope you guys are having great winter, even though the weather's been crazy. I hope you're enjoying your stitchy time. Or summer if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. I hope you're enjoying your stitching time. If you're in the LA area, I hope you're safe. Watching the fires over the last few weeks was tough. And I know a lot harder for those of you who live out there. Yeah, that's it. I'm just rambling and chatting now. I'll try to come back as soon as I can, and I feel like I have stuff to show. And thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I'll talk to you later.